Alright, so this is my first face video, and I just wanted to just make a quick video about how these guys are constantly complaining about females today. They're constantly going on and on and on and on and on about how these modern day women acting. You guys gotta understand that this is how they are. You're not gonna be able to stop these females today on what they doing. What they doing on Tinder, what they doing on Bumble, what they doing on OkCupid, what they doing on Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat and stuff like that. Just don't deal with them. That's all to it, man. Y'all sitting up worrying about these females and making these excuse me, making these videos and crying about them and calling these women out their name and stuff. We already know what they are. But why you gonna give into it and give them power by calling them out their name and stuff like that? We all know that the majority of the modern day females today are thoughts. I think that's what they call them, right? Something like that, thoughts or excuse me. But you got to be able to have dignity within yourself, not to lower yourself to these low class, low value individuals, both female and male. You know, you have to be able to talk to yourself and tell yourself that, look, I know what's going on. I'm not going to associate myself with this type of nonsense, and that's all to it. I mean, you really have to understand that this is how it is now, and nothing's never going to change. In fact, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And, you know, you have to be able to push your way through it and ignore it. You can acknowledge it, but don't get yourself wrapped up in it, because it's going to drive you crazy. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna completely drive you mad to the point where you're gonna have a hatred towards them. And I don't think you want that. I don't think nobody wants to have that type of mindset to where you're bashing women and calling them out their name and stuff like that. Man, just keep it moving. Do your job. You know, within work and stuff like that, you gotta work amongst women. Just do your job. Be cordial when you associate yourself with them, but don't be trying to ask them out on any type of dates. Or talk to them in a way that give off that vibe that you're trying to get with them. You know, because especially if she don't like you, that's gonna be considered harassment. It's just you know, it's just nonsense how some of these guys are acting. They on the internet, and it's like the same regurgitated bullshit. And y'all keep crying back and forth, and this is the same thing. When you guys gonna ever wake up? When you guys gonna ever get off these date naps? When you guys gonna ever just stop caring about women? I know it's cliche to say, but it's true. Sometimes you have to have a plan and stick with it. You getting not being focused on something, and then you focus in your main focus on women, and you're not focused on what you was trying to do at first, which is to save a certain amount of money, whether that's $10,000, $20,000, $40,000, $50,000, $70,000, and now you just, that whole thing is dismantled because you met a female. Now you're giving all your time and attention and energy to her. It's crazy, right? So, you're giving all your time and attention to this woman, and now it's going well, but then all of a sudden she just decided to pull back. Maybe she don't want to be with you no more. Now you getting on the internet, you making all these videos about how they whores and sluts. but you already knew what type of girl you was getting yourself into. Excuse me, you already knew what type of girl you was getting involved with. I mean, you just gotta just leave them alone, man. It's like a mental problem with some of you guys, some of you young guys too, like from age 17 to 25, 25 to 30, 35 and up. Like y'all can't function. I mean, seriously, y'all can't function without these women. Like, y'all need attention from these women. It's maddening to see this. It's almost heartbreaking to see this shit. Like, you got a bunch of these guys, and then once they get a girlfriend, I mean, like, they're in horrible scarcity. They're not confident. They're not secure. They're not masculine. It's like she's the man, he's the female. He's the one that's constantly worried about that somebody gonna take my girl. She should be the one worried like that. She should be the one worried about if you know you gonna leave her, or what's wrong and stuff like that. Instead, if she's upset, you asking her what's wrong and what can I do to fix it. You don't ever say no dumb shit like that to no woman. You just don't, man. I mean, seriously, you guys have to understand this type of bullshit. Now, this was an off-the-cuff video, so I'll kind of freestyle it. I'll probably make a part 2 to this video. I might probably make a series to this video that's gonna continue on a different topics, but just tell me what y'all think. I don't know. All right, peace.